My dear students, hope all are fine. Today we are going to see the another lesson, metals and non-metals. Dear ones, regarding metals and non-metals, you have studied already in the lower classes, examples and its symbols and its properties. In this lesson, we are going to study in detail about its physical and chemical properties. My dear ones, metals and non-metals play a vital role in our day-to-day life, and also it is essential for our body. You know very well, iron is present in our blood, calcium is present in our bone, and other metals are important for our body even in small amount. What about non-metals? They are also useful in many ways, and we can't imagine our life without metals. Am I right? Well, dear ones, now we can see its physical properties. Before that, examples of metals: sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, manganese, zinc, gold, silver, lead, mercury. Am I right? Symbol you know very well. And what is the definition for metals? Metals are elements. They form positive ions. That means cation by giving out electrons. 3 points. First one is metals are elements. They form positive ions by giving out electrons. Just opposite of metals, non-metals. Non-metals are also elements. They form negative ion, anion by gaining electrons. Examples of non-metals you know very well: oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, yes, sulfur, very good, phosphorus, yes. Dear ones, while writing its formula, you have to be very careful. For example, some are diatomic, some are monoatomic. For example, oxygen, while writing, you have to write O2, and hydrogen H2, chlorine Cl2. But in the case of metal, you have to write only its symbol. For example, valency of aluminium is 3, but you should not write Al3. You have to write only Al. Okay. So while writing metals, you have to write only its formula. But in the case of non-metals, it is different. Carbon is, you have to write only its symbol. Only hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine. That means the 17th group elements. While writing, you have to write it with correct way. Even oxygen, O2. Dear ones, now let us see its physical properties. Here some of the metals: silver, zinc, copper. Okay, they are very hard. Suppose for example, I am pressing it. It is very hard, is it? So metals are hard. Second property, metals are lustrous. That meaning is they have shiny appearance. But due to corrosion, there is a chance of formation of any compound layer on the metal. It should be removed with the help of sandpaper. Otherwise, metals are lustrous and they are very shiny. Okay, the next one, they are very hard. Also, you know very well, and they are solid. We cannot cut the metals with the help of knife because they are solid. In solid, particles are closely packed. And the next property is malleability. Metals are malleable. If we beat iron or some of the metals with a hammer, its shape will be changed in the form of thin sheet. The ability of metal to change into thin sheet is called malleability. And the another one is metals are ductile. For example, you could have noticed electrical wires are made up of metals. Here this is a copper wire or zinc wire, aluminum wire. From metals, thin wire can be drawn. For example, from 1 gram of gold, 2 kilometer length of wire can be drawn. Okay, the next one is metals are good conductors of heat. You know very well, in your kitchen, all the appliances as well as the vessels what we use is made up of metals, because while cooking the vessels will become very hot and it will be easy for the food to be cooked. Here I have taken a silver spoon. After some time I cannot hold the spoon with my bare hand. Am I right? Yes, because metals are good conductors of heat. Among the metals, copper and silver are very good conductors of heat. Lead and mercury are bad conductors of heat. That's why mercury is used in thermometer, as well as one more reason, mercury is in liquid form. The next one, metals are sonorous. If we beat two metals or the same metals with each other, they will make sound. This property is called sonorous. That's why bells are made up of metals. The last physical property is metals are good conductors of electricity. This activity you know very well. When an electrical wire is connected to a battery and also a bulb, when one end of wire is touched to the positive and another to the negative terminal, the bulb will glow. Suppose if a plastic or non-conductor is connected between the wire, here the bulb will not glow. The reason is non-metals, not only non-metals, insulators, plastics, they do not conduct electricity, but metals are good conductors of electricity. That's why all the electrical wires are made up of metals. Okay, dear ones, what about non-metals? Regarding the color of the metals, some are colored. Mercury exists in liquid form, otherwise all the metals are in solid form. Sodium and potassium metals are soft. You can cut them with a knife. And the non-metal which is in color form is sulfur. It is in yellow color. And iodine is a non-metal. It is lustrous. And carbon can exist in different form. That property is called allotrophy. Diamond and graphite. Here diamond is lustrous and graphite conducts electricity. Apart from that, non-metals exist in gaseous form except sulfur solid form. Dear ones, hope you understood what is metal, non-metals, physical as well as chemical properties of metals we can see. Today we have discussed about physical properties of metals. Metals are sonorous, luster, hard, solid, malleable, ductile, good conductors of heat and electricity. The chemical properties of metals we shall discuss in the next class.